Carrier. In Carrier, you play Jack Ingalls, which is sent to investigate a carrier that has been taken over by a microorganism, or something. It kind of doesn't describe the full story. That has turned most of the crew into monsters and creatures. The main goal of the game is to save as many people as you can and get the heck out of there. Carrier is an excellent game. It's quite fun. It's a little bit of a Resident Evil clone, but it has some twists. The graphics and just the look of it. It's just a very enjoyable game. That's why it's my number 5. Gundam, Side Story 0079. Well, if you don't know already, I am a huge fan of the Gundam franchise. The older Gundam, not the gay Gundam. I won't watch anything after Gundam Seed. But anyway, moving on. Gundam Side Story 0079 is a very interesting game. Bandai thought they could use a strong anime connection to make a good, decent game. And they actually did. They made this game with excellent gameplay. It is like, imagine Mobile Suit Gundam and Mech Warrior, combined. That's about what you get out of the gameplay. The missions are preceded by a video briefing, as well as occasional communications with other, lesser officers. After mission goals and weapons loadout have been covered, the players drop directly into the field, usually with teammates in similar mobile suits. The accomplishment of the mission's goals is interpreted with occasional skirmishes with Zaku mechs. The player's mobile suit is outfitted with a variety of weapons, including a machine gun and grenades. Although, perhaps the most interesting weapon in Gundam is the trademark energy sword. Teammates feature a fairly complex command system, so you won't be able to blame the death of other teammates on their AI, because the AI rocks on this. The graphics are pretty impressive, and the mission environments evoke a decent sense of being in the field. Any fan of Gundam should check this out. Any fan of things blowing up. Any fan of any kind of game where things blow up should check this out. But if you're a fan of the Gundam series, this is a swan song to you. Sega Gaga is a Sega simulator. In this game, you get to actually play people working at Sega. In this story, Sega's market sales have fallen through. They own 3% of the market, and the market is being controlled by a company called Dogma, which is just Sony. I think it's pretty funny. But it's a very interesting game, and your goal is to save the company. If you can save it in 3 years, you win the game. Developed by Hitmaker, the game was first released only through Sega of Japan's online store, D-Direct, on March 29th, 2001. Fortunately, the game was received so well that it was enough to warrant a full release for a couple months later. The creator of this game actually went around with a mask and tried to sell the game. But the game is fun and interesting, but one thing, it's in Japanese. So you kind of might want to get a guide, which there are guides out there. You can get guides. Or you can just wait. A translation is under works and is almost complete. So yeah, Sega Gaga, buy. If you're a Sega fanboy like I am, it's well worth the buy. Resident Evil Code Veronica isn't the game you might expect from a company that made the survival horror genre what it is today. It's damn better. It's just better. Sure, the team at Capcom, they use the power of the Dreamcast to deliver what is easily the most visually impressive game of its time. However, no one could have guessed that Code Veronica would also be a step above all of its predecessors in almost every aspect, while still holding true to the established Resident Evil formula that we all know and love. Resident Evil Code Veronica is just so fun of a game and so entertaining. The all 3D background, the CG intros, it's just everything made that game. The story, awesome, and it is well worth a buy. If you find it and you want to drink, that's a reason to buy a Dreamcast. That is a reason. So yeah, it's definitely a buy. Pick it up. Gundam Battle Online. One of Bandai's new Gundam titles coming out during that period was Gundam Battle Online. It's a real-time strategy simulation game that lets players choose between Earth Federation and Zeon. The game allows for network online play, though it's not compatible with the broadband adapter. Now, this game was only released in Japan. I got mine from an import shop in late 2001. But luckily, the dial-up worked on here, so I played some people from Japan, and the game was awesome and really enjoyable. It's just a very fun game if you can get through all the kanji. I mean, if you don't know Japanese, I don't know any, you could probably still get through it and play the game. You might need a walkthrough, though. But other than that, it is a pretty fun game, and there are rumors that there's an English version with broadband coming soon. I really hope so. Well, this has been my top 10 Dreamcast games. Until next time, folks, good night.